Hello, love bugs, and thanks for stopping by the channel. This is Danielle, the Tax Craft Lady. I hope everyone's doing well. I know I haven't been here for several weeks. Unfortunately, my father passed away, and it's been a really hard time for me. Um, just learning how to cope um, with the situation, and trying to keep my mother spirits lifted up. Like, truly, that was her best friend. And I just can't even imagine what she's going through, because what I'm going through is really tough to keep it together every day. In any event, I just dropped the grandbabies off, and I'm here. I'm actually about to go into a doctor's appointment myself, and I said, why not? Got some time, let's make our video. Okay, so before I get started, go ahead, hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff so you don't miss none of the good stuff Danielle, the Tax Craft Lady's bringing to the table. Okay, guys? I don't know if you guys have checked out my granddaughter's new channel. I think I posted it before I went on my little hiatus. It's called Malaya's Magical World. So go ahead and check that out. I'll try, well, in my video later, when I get those girls on my channel, I'll leave a link down below so you and your kiddos or whoever can check it out, because her and those girls, they can be a hilarious bunch. They also have a little brother, and he's a little over one. His name is Bryce. So don't forget to check out their channel, Malaya's Magical World. So I wanted to come in here and start to get you guys ready for the holiday season, which also goes in term with credit. So if you have not started, we have our credit reset program going on. And in my next video, I'm going to leave a link where you can get your discount for the credit reset program if you're interested, or if you even have just credit repair questions for me. I'll leave a link down below so you can get your questions answered. And I have a few people who have called me and said that they're working on their credit themselves, and they had a few questions. Now, I don't mind answering a few questions, but if we get too deep into this, it then turns into a consultation. So then we need an appointment and things to go other ways. Okay, so keep that in mind. Also, a few people have reached out to me and said they're still waiting for their tax refund. What's going on? And one thing I want to put out there, as a tax preparer and a bookkeeper, when I do my part and I submit your tax return, unless you get other services, sometimes it can maybe put you at a standstill with your knowledge. But in any event, once I submit your tax refund and I have it in the processing mode with the IRS, it essentially is out of my hands. I do get updates, and I try to keep you guys updated, but there are instances where you have to reach out to the IRS sometimes. I had a woman waiting for her tax return almost a year, and I really had no idea why. And she said she received a letter stating that they needed some verification, which sent her into panic mode. So she never contacted the IRS. And when she finally did contact the IRS, they said, we just want to verify this is you, because they've had so much fraud. And randomly, they do that a lot. They'll hold a return, maybe if something's a little different than previous years, and they want you to contact them. Hey, let us know this is you filing this return. It's not a scammer. It's not someone who stole your information and filed a return. So don't be afraid of the IRS if you have to call the IRS, okay? What are they going to do? Kick your butt? Come on. So, yeah, reach out. It may be as simple as, hey, stop by the office, show your ID. We know it's you. We'll release your refund, okay? Keep that in mind. Also, some things that could delay your tax refund Was your refund pulled in a random audit? That happens all the time. Every year they have random pulls, and it's not your name, it's not your last name, it doesn't go by something crazy and specific. I've worked specifically for the IRS, directly in the IRS office, and when I did, I had to, like, this supervisor would go around and she'd say, hey, Ms. Murphy, pull every 17th return you get. I would have to pull them, double check them. It's technically it's an audit, but it's not like a deep audit. We're coming to your house and we want all your receipts for this and that. I just have to pull them, double check, because a lot of times tax returns are sent through sort of like your SAT, and they put it in this machine, and as long as these numbers pop up or this range pops up, you're good, it goes through. Like SATs, as long as you had certain dots filled out or so many, you were good. Same type of thing with the IRS. But if you are in a random audit, it could cause you a delay, because I double checked your return, your tax return, and I came up with another form that you should have been using. Or our math doesn't add up with your math. So can we get it in a certain range? If you're self-employed and you have these excessive expenses, but your income was very minimal, I need to figure out, how did you get these expenses? Did you get a loan or something, or what happened here? And there is actually, I believe, I was trying to think of what space it is, but just say you get a loan, and it's $50,000 loan, and you paid for all these expenses with that. Well, that needs to go into your income pot, where some people feel like, well, that was a loan and that didn't have nothing to do with this or that, but it is income. It is income. It's just like your credit cards. If you paid off all your bills with your credit cards, we need to know, okay, well, you had all these expenses, but you didn't let us know that, hey, you paid these with this. So we're trying to figure out, where'd you get the money? So things like that can delay your tax return. Okay, your tax refund being processed. So with that, call the tax preparer and ask. Don't just sit around and wait and say, I haven't gotten my refund in 7 months, maybe something's wrong, but I'm scared to call and this and that. Don't be scared to call. Do what you need to do to get your refund. Even if you are not getting a refund, you don't want to just owe Uncle Sam money, or you don't want to just go with the flow and not reach out. Okay? So, like I said, we're coming toward the end. We're past the midway mark of the year, and we're now winding down toward the end of August. So we need to start thinking about credit and our credit repair, because a lot of people will then, toward the end of the year, they're maxing out those cards, trying to buy gifts and different things for the holiday season or entertain, and they got to use their credit cards. Well, if you're in the process of getting your credit repaired, the last thing that we want you to do is apply for more credit. Okay? That's a big no-no. Don't continuously apply for credit when someone's working on your credit. Okay? Because this is making your score jump different ways, and that's not what we want. We need your credit to be at an even keel for us to work on it to elevate it. Okay? Another thing, don't max out your cards. Okay? Do not do that. You really should not be over 35% usage of your credit limit. Okay? So I'm going to say one thing my father used to do, and he used to do it a lot, and my mom used to get so worried, but she would just do what he said to do. And it wasn't anything to worry her at all. My father kept his usage at a certain point. And my mother would think, oh no, we don't have any credit here. We don't have it. No, it's not that. he wanted to keep his credit score up. He always kept the 780 or better, um, usually into the 800s, but it was awesome. He did not want he never wanted to max out his cards. And there would be times, he handled the finances in my mom's home, so my mother would just go swipe her card. She knows this or that. But then he would say, hey, don't use that. And he had certain cards, they were alerted that if she gets to this point, or if they get used to this point, they would be declined. So that was like really awesome. If you can set your credit cards up like that to a certain percentage of usage, that is great. That will keep you afloat. Okay. Sometimes we feel like we have cards, so hey, just use them. So I've also learned a few things with working with his finances, just to get my mom on track of everything. Like some things, like I may have to take cash out of this thing to put it into this thing. And sometimes you have to do that just to make sure certain bills are paid, or put things on auto pay or things like that. Another thing, if you have things on auto pay, you have to be aware of your bank accounts, because some people just go frivolously spending, and then they'll have 3 different things bouncing because, oh, I didn't know that was on auto pay. And a lot of things get put on auto pay because we get a discount when we do that. Or, I just set some cable and internet service up at my parents' house to change the service, and being on auto pay for the one service gives my mother $10 off of this, and then it'll be $20 off of her other bill. So people may say, oh, it's only $30. $30 can be a lot. $30 can be a difference between a check bouncing and not bouncing, okay? So keep those things in mind when setting things up on auto pay. One other thing about credit I wanted to tell you. Ding, ding, ding. Brain fart. Don't close old accounts. Don't you just go in and close those accounts, because then it's going to look like you're closing those accounts to get out of those accounts, and that's not how it works. Another guy said to me not that long ago, he's like, oh, well, I see on this thing it was closed and charged off, so I don't have to worry about it. No, that's bad. When your account's charged off or closed by the company and it has outstanding balance, that's not good, because then your information is sold to another collection agency, and they're running after you trying to get that money, okay? So don't just go in and close old accounts, unless even with that, if you're paying the debt off, the company will close the account and it will be listed as it's satisfied, okay? Keep that in mind, okay, guys? So I'm going to get going into my appointment. I hope everyone is doing well, and I hope everyone takes into account, coming toward the end of the year, you really need to start thinking about your credit. I have people stop me every day. Oh, I want to get my credit fixed. I don't know where to start, this or that. I give them my number. They may call me, and then everything goes away, or they, just don't jump on it. Like I said, we're about to start our credit reset program for the end of the year, going through to the end of the year, which is when you're going to see these results. You figure if you start a credit repair for September 1st, which is a credit reset, you figure mid-October, you're going to start to see some things happening, okay? And then we're going to go by mid-November, you're going to see that jump in your credit score that you're like, oh, great, because I was getting worried, okay? That's what a lot of people do. They want immediate satisfaction, and they don't understand that credit repair takes several weeks, can take years. I've been back and forth with several people for 2-3 years fighting with credit agencies trying to get information, or they keep sending smoke screens to me, or they'll send delay tactics to me so they don't have to do anything. So they're hoping people get frustrated and quit, or get frustrated and just say, here's the money, let me just pay these people. But that's not how it should work, okay? So keep all that in mind. I'm Danielle, the Tax Craft Lady. Don't forget to hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe to the video, and hit that notification bell, okay? Thanks, guys.